One ancient move reverses 10 years of cellular aging. Not metaphor, not marketing, biology. Your lymphatic system has no pump. The ancients engineered one. Every other circulatory system in your body has a heart driving it. The lymphatic system has nothing. No central force. No mechanical engine. It moves only when you move. And in modern life, most men over 50 are barely moving it at all. The result? Lymphatic stasis. That stasis is where your 10 years went. Cellular waste accumulates. Metabolic debris builds up in the tissue. The skin ages faster. Cognition dulls. Energy becomes a rationed resource rather than a natural state. By the time a man reaches 55, his lymphatic drainage capacity may be running at 40% of its engineered design. The ancients knew this. They built one move, one single daily protocol to reverse it. That move is called Viparita Karani. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Chapter 3, Verse 78, names Viparita Karani as a practice that conquers old age and death. For centuries, this was read as spiritual language, poetic overreach from an ancient tradition. It was not. It was a clinical observation wrapped in the only vocabulary available at the time. These men were watching the biological outcome, practitioners of this single technique appearing decades younger than their chronological age. They recorded the result. The mechanism was invisible to them. It is no longer invisible to us. A 2017 study confirmed the direct relationship between lymphatic system dysfunction and the acceleration of cellular aging markers. The same markers the yogic lineage was reversing, the same accumulation they were engineering against every night. The 10 years your body is carrying right now, the visual age gap between what you are and what you could be, lives inside your lymphatic system. Specifically, inside the thoracic duct. Lie down, legs up the wall. We begin now. The practice begins. Phase 1, inversion setup. Hips 6 to 8 inches from the wall, legs vertical. Arms relaxed at your sides, palms facing up. Eyes closed. Feel the pressure shift in your lower legs. That heaviness, that subtle pulse, is not discomfort. That is venous and lymphatic return beginning. Gravity is now pulling fluid that is pooled in your lower limbs back toward the thoracic duct, the central lymphatic highway running along your spine. This is mechanism 1. Gravity inversion initiating lymphatic return. The thoracic duct begins to decompress. Lymphatic transport, which in sedentary tissue moves at baseline, accelerates up to 10 to 15 times its resting rate. The first of the 10 years has begun to move. Phase 2, diaphragmatic activation. Now breathe. Slow nasal inhale for 4 counts, full exhale for 6 counts. Do not force it. Let the diaphragm drop on the inhale and fully compress on the exhale. In this supine inversion, your diaphragm is no longer just a breathing muscle. It has become your lymphatic pump. Each compression and release creates a mechanical pressure cycle on the thoracic duct, squeezing lymph upward, releasing, drawing more in. This is mechanism 2, the ancient breathing technique that transforms diaphragmatic movement into full-body lymphatic clearance. A 2014 study confirmed that this breathing pattern triggers a measurable vagal tone surge. The parasympathetic cascade has begun, right now, as you breathe. Phase 3, the stillness protocol. Stop adjusting, stop thinking. Hold the position in absolute stillness. The parasympathetic cascade is completing. Your body has received the signal. Cellular repair pathways are engaging. This is mechanism 3. The aging clock has shifted direction. Let us decode what you just experienced from the inside. The tingling in the legs, that was lymphatic fluid mobilizing out of tissue that may not have cleared in days. The calm behind the eyes, that was vagal tone elevation suppressing the sympathetic nervous system. the subtle warmth spreading through the chest. That was your thoracic duct completing its first decompression cycle. 4 mechanisms, in sequence, each one unlocking the next. Mechanism 1. Gravity inversion pulls accumulated lymph from the lower limbs back into central circulation. The thoracic duct, which drains roughly 75% of the body's lymph, begins to clear. Lymphatic stasis reversal begins. Mechanism 2. The diaphragm, freed from its upright compression, functions as a bellows for the thoracic duct. Each breath cycle drives lymph upward and clears the duct. Lymphatic transport accelerates. Cellular waste, metabolic byproducts, inflammatory mediators, senescent cell debris begins moving toward elimination. Mechanism 3. Vagal tone surges. The parasympathetic cascade suppresses cellular senescence pathways. Mitochondrial membrane integrity is preserved. The body shifts from breakdown mode into regenerative mode. Mechanism 4. This is the one that works while you sleep. Practice performed pre-sleep primes the pituitary. Slow-wave sleep amplifies the growth hormone peak that naturally occurs in the first 90 minutes of deep sleep. Autophagy accelerates. Senescent cell clearance, the biological definition of what reverses cellular aging, completes overnight. This is not yoga. This is precision biological engineering. Millennia tested, now mechanistically confirmed. What the ancient practitioners called conquering death, we now call lymphatic reset, senescence suppression, and glymphatic optimization. The vocabulary changed. The mechanism did not. Here is what happens to your body when you do this nightly. Not what might happen, what the biology predicts. Day 1. The thoracic duct clears its first full session. You may feel mild warmth and heaviness in the legs after practice. This is normal. This is lymph moving. It has not moved at this rate in a long time. Day 3. Facial puffiness reduces. The submental lymph nodes, under the jawline, begin draining. Ancient texts describe this as the face lightening. The mechanism is interstitial fluid clearance. The description was accurate. Day 7. Skin tone shifts. With cellular waste removed, collagen precursors reach the dermis unobstructed. This is the biological process behind what practitioners call the glow. It is not metaphor. It is substrate delivery. Day 14. Sleep deepens. The overnight growth hormone cascade has compounded for 2 weeks. Slow-wave sleep extends. Morning recovery improves. The body is running a protocol it was always designed to run. Day 21. This is where the 10 years begin to show on the outside. A 2015 study confirmed that the glymphatic system operates almost exclusively during slow-wave sleep. By day 21, you have activated that system 21 consecutive times. The cellular senescence markers shift. The biological age gap closes. What you just did was not a wellness exercise. It was a reclamation. For thousands of years, men who understood the lymphatic architecture of the human body built a single nightly protocol to keep it running at full capacity. They did not have the vocabulary of thoracic ducts and glymphatic clearance. They did not need it. They had the outcome. And the outcome was visible on their faces, in their cognition, in the decades they lived beyond what their environment should have allowed. The 10 years were never lost. They were waiting, behind a wall of lymphatic stasis, cellular accumulation, and uncompleted overnight repair cycles. Viparita Karani does not give you those years. It removes the obstruction that was holding them. If you felt the warmth spread from your hips toward your chest during phase 3, that was your thoracic duct completing its first full cycle. Drop reset below if you felt it. The body you have at 60 is not the body you were given. It is the body you maintained, or neglected, at the lymphatic level. Drop awake below if you are choosing differently starting tonight. The transmission is complete.